Welcome back from the break, Rams. Now we're going to kick off Out of Pocket with a little fun. This is the unique time of the year when all 4 major sports plus college athletics are in action. And you know what that means. Plenty of mascots that get to hit our screen. So guys, today's question is just that. What is the best mascot in all of sports? I gotta be real here.
I was gonna say, I know you're passionate, so you go ahead and start us off, Madeline.
I love mascots. I love them. I think they are so fun. My dream is to be a mascot, but unfortunately, you have to be between the height of 5'4" and 5'9", and I am not.
I didn't know that,
I can't be a mascot. But I have 3 standouts. My standouts are Blooper, the Atlanta Braves mascot, because he is a menace on Twitter. He makes me laugh so much. The Philly Fanatic, because, I mean, as you can see right there.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
How can it get much better than that with, like, the tongue that comes out? And then another Philadelphia classic, kind of a new one, too, Gritty. If you don't know what Gritty is, go look him up. Yesterday for Halloween, he dressed as, like, Ryan Reynolds' Barbie. It was fantastic. And so those are my 3 standouts. They all have their positives. You know, Blooper, great on Twitter. Philly Fanatic, a classic. But when it comes to best, I'm going to go to the mascot that was on my 17th birthday cake and go with Gritty.
Although I don't want to hate on your birthday cake, Madeline, I'm going to have to disagree and go with your maybe second choice, the Philadelphia Fanatic. This may seem like an obvious choice because he is one of the most known mascots in all of professional sports. He just gives me that nostalgic, loving baseball, you know, hot dog and popcorn feeling that other mascots don't give me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not even a diehard Phillies fan. Like, I like the Phillies, hope they beat the Astros kind of thing. But I'm not the biggest fan. I'm a Red Sox fan, and while I love Wally, great guy, he just doesn't do it for me. I mean, the Philadelphia Fanatic, he tells it how it is. He's a very, very honest mascot, and I know they don't talk, but like, you know what I mean.
But like, I get it.
The attitude.
Exactly.
So that's who I have to go with. Right, exactly. They do talk on Twitter. Ruby?
I'm going to have to bring it to college sports, and I have a real soft spot for live mascots. And so I'm going to go with Traveler and Tommy Trojan from USC. I grew up as a USC fan, going to the games when I was little, and my mom would always walk me down to the field to go say hi to Traveler. And Tommy Trojan, how could you not love him? He stabs the sword into the middle of the field. I just have so many great memories, and Traveler's just like so majestic, white horse with like its hair flowing in the wind, victory lap around the field when they score a touchdown. What could be better than that?
No, I completely agree.
I'm also going with the hometown option here. I'm going with Benny the Bull. I just think he's the most fun mascot in sports. He's on throwing popcorn on people, making fun of the other team. It's great stuff from Benny the Bull.
And while we could talk about this all day, I know one of Ruby's other favorite mascots is the Sabercats.
Of course.
And so let's shift the focus to something a bit more local. High school football. Brandon, take it away.
Yes, Madeline. Well, Skowridge, first of all. And second, instead of us spewing high school football facts, stats, and general information through my anchors who are a little iffy on the subject, the experts have finally arrived. Gideon and I join here today to pick the CHSAA 5A high school football playoff bracket. Gideon's from the Playmakers Corner, so let's get into it with the Quadrant 1. Gideon, this is your side of the bracket. Who do you like?
So here we have Cherry Creek, Fountain Fort Carson, Eagle Crest, Thunder Ridge, Doherty, and Arapahoe. Now, Cherry Creek and Arapahoe do have the bye, so I'm going to focus on Fountain Fort Carson versus Eagle Crest first.
Okay.
Fountain Fort Carson and Eagle Crest both ended the season against top 8 opponents. Fountain Fort Carson played Regis Jesuit, and Eagle Crest played Arapahoe. Fountain Fort Carson beat Regis Jesuit 21-14, while Eagle Crest lost to Arapahoe 38-0. I dare say Fountain Fort Carson here is probably going to take the win. Next, we have Thunder Ridge versus Doherty. Now, Doherty slipped into the playoffs as the 24 seed. They're here because they don't suck as much as the rest of their conference. Thunder Ridge is a very consistently good team, so Thunder Ridge.
Perfect.
Next up, we have Cherry Creek versus Fountain Fort Carson. The entirety of Cherry Creek could tear their ACLs, and Fountain Fort Carson probably still wouldn't win. So I'm going to go Cherry Creek here. What's going to be closer, on the other hand, is Thunder Ridge versus Arapahoe. Both of these are extremely quality teams.
Yes.
And Thunder Ridge, their only loss of the season so far is to Valor Christian, who is the 2 seed. Now, Arapahoe, they are 6-4 on the year, but those 4 losses are to really good teams.
Yeah.
But Arapahoe has been rather inconsistent against those really good teams, while Thunder Ridge has been more consistently good. As such, I'm going to go with Thunder Ridge here.
Okay, perfect. So now we have Cherry Creek and Thunder Ridge in, excuse me, I'm going to get out of the way here. Thunder Ridge, so we have Cherry Creek and Thunder Ridge. Gideon, who do you like going to the Final Four?
I like Cherry Creek. As long as Thunder Ridge is starting Cooper Keir at quarterback, I do not see them winning this. They need to play a near perfect game, and that's not something that Keir has had all season, especially against a team as good as Cherry Creek.
Okay, perfect. So Cherry Creek goes to the Final Four. Now we're going to go to Quadrant 2. We'll start, Grandview gets the bye, Mount Vista versus hometown favorite Rocky Mountain.
So Rocky Mountain, they do not have an air game. Rocky Mountain, their starting quarterback only has 210 passing yards on the year, 1 touchdown. For a playoff team, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mountain Vista, additionally, has one of the better run defenses in the state and an extremely dynamic offense. And as such, I do not see Rocky Mountain pulling this one out.
Okay.
Thomason and Chatilla are not enough.
Okay.
Then we have Legacy versus Arvada West. Long story short, Arvada West has not done particularly well against teams as good as Legacy this year. I'm taking Legacy.
Okay, perfect. So now we have Grandview and Mountain Vista in the Sweet 16.
Yes, so we have Grandview Mountain Vista. Grandview, they're a really good team. At the end of the season, they managed to beat the #1 team in the state, a nationally ranked team in Cherry Creek.
Yes.
Mountain Vista, while they are good, haven't really faced anything of that caliber and certainly haven't come close to winning. So as such, I see Grandview moving on in this matchup.
Okay, and then Legacy Pine Creek.
Legacy Pine Creek, it's a similar situation where we see Pine Creek, they are a really good team, really well coached. You see they have they are pretty battle tested. Legacy, they are a good team. There is a world where Legacy wins this game. I just see it happening more often than not, 6 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, where Pine Creek wins.
Okay, so now we have Grandview and Pine Creek in the Elite 8. Gideon, who do you like going to the Final Four?
Honestly, this one I could see coming down to even a 1-point game. But honestly, I see Grandview coming through it. Especially when you get to the playoffs, it's a lot about, are you battle tested? Do you have the hard road there? Grandview, they do theoretically have the harder road there, but we're just going to have to watch as we go along. But I could see it going either way. My pick, though, is Grandview.
Okay, so we have Grandview winning Quadrant 2, Gideon. So now we're going to go to Quadrant 3. This is my side of the bracket. Valor Christian gets the bye as a 2 seed, but we're going to go to Legend and Pooter. Now, Pooter had a tough loss. We heard it earlier in the show, got destroyed by Fossil.
Very tough.
But they need to forget about that. I think Pooter is a real deal. They have a very balanced offensive game when Quinn Harms is on his game. So I like Pooter to beat Legend in that first matchup. Now we go to Fossil Ridge Mullen. Fossil Ridge coming off a big win. Fossil Ridge's offense is very impressive. I mean, Tyler Kubat back from injury really helps. So I like Fossil Ridge moving past Mullen. So now we get into the Sweet 16, we have Valor Christian against Pooter. I like Valor Christian moving on to that. I don't really think it'll be close. And then we have Regis against Fossil Ridge. I like Fossil Ridge pulling off the upset. I think they've been having a great streak as of late, so I like Fossil Ridge moving into that matchup. And now we get to the Valor Christian Fossil Ridge. Now, I am not biased. I'm an objective journalist, so I'm going to go with Valor Christian over Fossil Ridge. So now we get to the Quadrant 4. We have Ralston Valley. They're going to get the bye. Fairview, Chatfield. I do like Fairview. They're coming off a big conference win They have wins over Fossil Ridge and Pooter. So I like Fairview against Chatfield. Then we have Rock Canyon, Cherokee Creek. I also like Rock Canyon in that one. So now we get to Ralston Valley, Fairview. I think Ralston Valley is a sweet team. They're actually your sleeper team to make it all the way, I think, to the championship, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have Ralston Valley moving past Fairview, and then Rock Canyon, Columbine. I'm a really big Columbine fan, so I'm going to go with Columbine in this one against Ralston Valley. So now that brings us to the Final Four, Gideon. I think we can both agree Cherry Creek is going to get the win over Grandview. It might be close, though. And I actually like Columbine to get the upset over Valor Christian. I'm not too confident in that pick, but I think Columbine is the real deal, and they have a really strong offensive and defensive game overall.
Yeah. Columbine has a really good run game, but if they're healthy, they can make it. And Grandview has a real target on their back. So, but we both agree that Cherry Creek is going to win.
Yeah,
this.
Cherry Creek's going to take it, and that will take care of the bracket. Cherry Creek second straight champions in Colorado. And while Gideon and I could surely talk about high school football all night, that's all the time we have. Make sure to tune in to the always fun Ramboozle tomorrow to see some Greek life leaders, Dukes, out for some fraternity and sorority trivia in an attempt to win that grand prize. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you then.